We are now on to the Start Strong segment of the program where we discuss how to give babies a strong start in life. And in the studio with me is
Muhammad Sani Hassan Zaria.
Muhammad Sani is a consultant nutritionist, former head of Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, ABU Teaching Hospital Zaria, Vice President Nutrition Society of Nigeria. Today he will be sharing with you an important part of Start Strong called early initiation. Sir, once again, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you very much for giving me opportunity to be in this very, very important program.
Could you explain early initiation and what it has to do with Start Strong?
Thank you very much. Early initiation refers to basic things that are supposed to be done to a child from the beginning of the child's creation up to a period of 2 years, which is the most critical period of time. So what usually does a child requires from the conception, that from the first day the baby, the pregnancy sets in, to the period of 2 years, that determines early and start. And that's what determines the Start Strong concept is all about. What do we do from the time the mother becomes pregnant? She should go to clinic for antenatal. Once she gets for antenatal clinic, she should take the advice given to her. She should take adequate food, and then the drug that's usually given in the clinic, anti-malaria drugs that has to do with increasing blood, hematinics, and all this is very, very important. All these things are done for the best interest of the child. And then she has to eat adequately. We're not saying that they must buy cow or chicken or rat, every day, but it should be food of good quality, depending on the availability, and it must be adequate. She's supposed to eat 4 times a day, not 3 times anymore, because she's pregnant. All this determines how the child starts growing in life, and that will continue up to the time she delivers. And when she delivers, early initiation means starting the child in the right way. Immediately the child is delivered, the safety of the child is very critical, very, very important. What are the determinants of safety of the child? Is one, the safety of the life of the mother itself, because the mother's health is critical, is key to the health and survival of the child. So the child should be immediately the child is delivered. Safe delivery means preferably delivering either in clinic or in hospital or in the hands of a skilled, trained health worker who could be able to assist, particularly in the event of emergency which may affect the child and the baby. Now that the baby is delivered, early start at that level. So that's early start at conception, that's at pregnancy period. If she has any problem, go to hospital quickly for fear of abortion and other things that will affect early start of the child. She go to, by 4 months she start going to antenatal. Lots of things will be done to take care of the mother and the baby. Next, the baby, now she has successfully, she's about to deliver. Let her go to a place where she will have safe delivery. And safe delivery takes place in hospital or health clinic with adequate health workers, skilled health workers, and facilities, so that if there could be any emergency situation, could be assisted. Now the baby is delivered. Early start continues. At that time, the baby is as usual. You cut the cord, you clamp and cut, put the baby in the chest of the mother. The baby now relaxes. The baby will now have a deep breath. I have arrived. Yes, I have arrived. After making announcement, shouting that yes, I have a change now. I'm in a different world. Please help me. Help me quickly. Take this baby, put the baby to the mother's chest. During that period, you will begin to hear the same sound that he was hearing before delivery. And that sound comes from the heartbeat of the mother. So every mother has a different music, and that music is her heartbeat. And no woman in this world has the same music, has the same heartbeat like his mother. So by this time, already the baby is afraid. When immediately after delivery, it's in a different world. Maybe very hot or very cold, very noisy, different from the where he was before delivery. So now he needs safety, he needs care, he needs protection. So by the time you put the baby to the chest of the mother, the baby will begin to relax. It's now going back near to where he left, somewhere near, closer to where he left, and it comes a little after a while. Then next important step is to commence early initiation of breastfeeding. Yes, without wasting time, without the mother going to take shower, wash the breast, we go and sleep, go and rest, eat, go somewhere, come back. No. Early strong start.
Begins with breastfeeding.
Yes.
Well, so since you are talking about early breastfeeding, there is one milk called colostrum.
Yes.
What is this colostrum?
Colostrum is the yellowish milk that is usually produced mostly in the first 3 days. From delivery to the first 3 days, the color of the milk is not usually whitish. It is yellowish. Why is it yellowish? It is yellowish because it contains lot of medicine, lot of vaccines, lot of protective substance, lot of loving and caring substances. All together, God put them in that form. So it's the richest milk. It's the richest milk in this world. It is so composed with so many things that no scientific discovery can complete any assessment of colostrum. It is the best food in life. It is the best medicine in life. It is the best vaccine in life. It is the first vaccine in life. So that is most important beginning for the child. The Almighty God knows that the baby is not strong to start producing protective soldiers to protect its health. So God will now instruct the mother to prepare the vaccines for the baby through milk. So that colostrum, which is called dakashi in Hausa, should never be thrown away.
That's even my next question, that this milk you call colostrum, some
Yes.
believe that it is dirty, so they throw it away.
Yes.
So what can you say about
it? It is
this?
not dirty. It is not dirty. God never makes mistake. God will never make mistake. God prepares the mother, prepares the milk, create the child, and prepare the best, first, most important food for the baby. And then culture is saying it's dirty. So where is the clean one? That's no clean one. It's the best for the baby. And why the color is different is because it contains what no other breast milk in this world has. So every day the breast milk changes. Breast milk for the first 3 days of life is the colostrum. Then as the baby is growing, every day the content of breast milk changes. It moves with the age of the child. So a mother who is breastfeeding a 1-year-old baby, if you collect the breast milk and you take to the lab, the content is different from the breast milk of a mother who has been breastfeeding for only 1 month, and it's completely different from the breast milk of a baby who is 1 or 2 days old. So that is the magic of breastfeeding and breast milk. Okay, so the cultural practices that are dangerous, we are now telling the society that let's change for good. Yes, let's change for good. It is very, very important. All other mammals are animals that produce babies like human beings. The cows, the goats, the rats, the cats, all of them produce colostrum, and this colostrum is consumed by their babies happily, successfully, and they grow very, very well. And the colostrum contains the brain manufacturing substances. So that is another good start. That's another strong start. The brain development starts from conception to 1,000 days, and the colostrum is needed at that point to help in the development of the brain. So it should not be thrown away. It is important. It's not dirty. It's clean. It's excellent, and it is useful for the baby.
So before you are talking about skin to skin relationship between the mother and a baby.
Yes.
So why is it important to feed the baby to the breast within the first hour?
Yes, it is important because now that the baby is delivered, and the baby started crying, and the baby is crying, and the baby was not crying, but the baby was asking questions. One of the questions that the baby was asking through his own way of talking. Crying is a way of talking. It's not a complaint. The baby is asking, where is the milk? Where is the milk? Where is the milk? The breast milk. Where is the milk? The breast milk. And we don't understand that language. Yes. Where is the promised milk? The promised milk. Who promised the baby? God promised the baby that when you are delivered, I will prepare food for you. And that food will come from your mother. Within your mother. And that's the breast milk. So it's now asking, where is the milk? In any language. That's what the baby is asking. So early initiation is very critical in the sense that it helps both the mother and the baby. Principally the baby and the mother. And by extension, even the family. Even the family, because if it's not done, something will happen. And when that problem happens, it will affect the father, it will affect the society, it will even affect the nation. Because the baby will begin to have problems, begin to have illness, maybe begin to have early diarrheal diseases, because they start giving water and begin to give concoction, traditional herbal substances, and the baby begins to have problem from day one. And that will affect the society and the nation. So the benefits of early initiation of breastfeeding are many. But let me quickly list some of them quickly.
But before going to that,
okay.
You are talking about the early stage of breastfeeding.
Yeah.
So what about the situation whereby the milk doesn't come out? So what happened to the babies?
Yes.
Do they miss out the colostrum?
No. 99.9% of mothers will produce milk after delivery. But a good number of them will have problem if the breastfeeding is not properly done. One of the reasons why the breast milk may not be there is delay in initiation of lactation, of breastfeeding. When we say lactation is technical term, we mean starting breastfeeding. So if you delay the process, then the organs, the system that makes breast milk come, they become hopeless and get annoyed and will not produce the breast milk. It's like delaying. You go to airport, you want to join a plane or a train, you delay, you miss the plane, another plane comes, you are not around, you miss it. So by the time you miss so many planes, the journey will be cancelled and you will not travel. So that is what is happening. So 99.9% of mothers can successfully breastfeed if breastfeeding is done properly. And one of the proper ways of ensuring successful breastfeeding is early initiation. We said within 1 hour. We are now saying much less than 1 hour. What are they wasting time for? A woman has delivered, healthy. You now clamp and cut the cord and put the baby to start to the chest. Some minutes later, put the baby to start suckling. Put the baby to start suckling. We are not saying that breast milk will be available then, but it is like going to the river. If you don't fetch water, you will not get the water. Or you go to fetch water from tap. If you don't on the tap, there will be no water. So let the baby start suckling. We are not expecting milk that time. Milk will come about 3 to 4 or 5 or even 6 hours later. But there's a process that is very essential. And that essential steps, if you miss it, then that's the beginning of problem of breastfeeding up to the time the child reaches 2 years old. So the earlier you do it, the more effective you do it. You follow the guidelines that are given. Don't waste time. Let the mother not go and start taking bath or go and start washing the breast with chemicals, with so many traditional things. That is not needed. The breast milk becomes ready 3 to 4 weeks before delivery. And who does that work? God. God ensures that the breast is prepared. You see the nipple. That's the black, the nipple of the breast. You see it even shining. You see the nipple shining. So who has done that job? You see some pockets, some little pockets. Those pockets contain some substances, some food and drugs that nobody can produce that in this world. Not even imagine it. Nobody can do it. So what we want is that the mother has delivered, right there on the delivery bed, bring the baby, put the baby to breast. And when the baby starts suckling, all the system, the machines that are involved in preparation of the milk will now start, because the baby would have announced that I have arrived. Oh, I'm here. So it is usually the baby that informs the mother. Women have 2 different components of brain. The first one is connected to their eyes. So it's like a camera. So that one they say, oh, you have delivered, very beautiful. Oh, thank God. Is it a boy or girl? She smile and say it's a baby girl, pretty like me. Oh, it's a very strong boy, like his father. Look at his face, like his father. She will convey on all these things. But the inner brain does not know. Because the inner brain is not connected to the eyes or to the ears. The inner brain is connected to telephone lines that exist on the mother's nipple, on the breast. And who will send the telephone message is the baby. So once the baby starts suckling, the communication, the message now goes. Message number one to her brain is that I've arrived. Thank God I'm here. Next message is now, I want my mother to live. I want my mother to live. So what are those things that is likely going to make the mother not to live? Number one, if there is retention of the placenta is supposed to be out. So why is the placenta not out? And the baby is now delivered. Once the baby starts suckling, give it 2-3 minutes, placenta is out. Cultural forces on the other side are saying no. Once this placenta is not out, don't even announce delivery. Don't even allow the child to go near the breast. The child will die and the mother will die. That's one evil spirit that will kill the two. And those are the gaps. So the fact is that the baby has the key to ejection of placenta. In most cases, let the baby start suckling, placenta is out. A good start, a strong and healthy start, is mostly determined also by the health of is associated with health of the mother. If the mother is in trouble, where would be the breast? Who will support the child? Who will hold the child? Who will do so many things to the child? So placenta is out, baby continues suckling, the blood that usually clots and give them severe lower abdominal pain. Some of them faint, some of them even die in the process. What is causing all this problem is because of delay in initiation of breastfeeding. So once breastfeeding is initiated, there will be no blood clotted. The message will go to the brain, and some chemical substances, hormones and other things will be secreted from the brain into the blood. The blood will now come down, and then the clots will not take place, and the blood will be passing gently, humbly, and nicely.
So what about
all these things determines a good start with the child, because the child is linked to the mother. And then while the baby continues that, then the message goes now to places where in the breast where breast milk is being produced. There are over 1,000 batches, places where breast milk is produced. Now the message is start producing breast milk. Baby is alive, baby has come, baby has sent signal, mother is okay, start producing breast milk. And that's what usually happens. So we are not saying put the baby to breast within the first 1 hour to get breast milk. No, breast milk will take time to be produced. It's not usually produced in jerrycans and kept. It is produced on demand. The demand must be created. Who will create the demand is the baby. So the baby suckles, breast milk will be produced. The more suckling, the more breast milk is produced. That's how God wants it. That's how it is done, and that's what we are promoting to ensure a healthy and strong start in life.
So what about mothers who have twins or even triplets? Would there be enough colostrum? And will the baby start strong?
Thank you very much. That is a golden question, and I will try to give you a golden answer, or maybe a silver answer. Maybe it may not be as strong as the question. That's what people. So a good number of people are even afraid of having twins or triplets. By the time you mention triplets, everybody shouts and run away. That where will the baby get colostrum? Where will the baby get even enough breast milk? The babies. So God has made it in such a way that every child will have adequate colostrum. Baby one, maybe they're triplets, like the one you saw last week at the IKEA center. The 3 beautiful triplets. Baby one suckles and get the colostrum, sleep, pick another one, suckle, another colostrum will come. Even if there are 15 babies, the more you suck, the more colostrum will be produced. So the production of colostrum is not determined by number of children, but it is determined by frequency of suckling. So it is suckling, it means that there's a lot of it. I told that there's telephone line to the brain. So the more you suckle, the more brain will send information that produce more colostrum. There are many babies, or they are demanding for more. Produce it more and more and more. Meanwhile, we're telling the mother, eat well, eat more, relax, and continue to breastfeed. So that is a very good question that people ask. Even if they attend babies, they will have adequate cholesterol, and thereafter they will have adequate breast milk for the first 6 months of life by the grace of God.
So what are the benefits of early initiation, and why should every mother need to know about early initiation?
Yes, the benefit of early initiation is to the baby, that's number one, to the mother, to the father, to the family, to the society, and to the nation. Because it is critical to start strong. It is critical to self start. It's like when you plant in the farm. You now know, after how many days do I put fertilizer? Which fertilizer do I put? Is it urea? Do I start with the urea? It will burn the plant. No, let me start with NPK. So God has planned human nutrition also in that order. Colostrum is the first fertilizer, the first manure that the baby requires. So if you miss it, you have problem. So for those who think that because there are many, they will not get adequate, they will have adequate. If the mother is not having any unusual situation, there are some exceptional situations. Out of 100 women, maybe one may have a problem. The problem may be that maybe she was critically ill after delivery. Then that's why we say let them deliver in hospital. Somebody is there to take care of her illness. If she's at home, rush her to the hospital so she can be properly taken care of. And as soon as she start improving, you see breast milk coming. So the assumption that some women cannot adequately breastfeed is not correct. The assumption that some women can never breastfeed is also not correct. But we are not saying that there are exceptional situations, very, very few and rare situations, and such situations that provision for them. Let's say the mother dies after delivery. What do you do? So those are breastfeeding in exceptional circumstances. Maybe we'll get another woman, we screen her for HIV, and if she's bleeding, let her breastfeed the baby. Otherwise, there are what we call breast milk substitute. That's the only small place where we have space, and that must be done only in hospital, and must be properly supervised, and must be properly monitored. So in general terms, early initiation ensures that the child has a good start in life. Brain development starts from conception. Now the baby needs breast milk as early as possible. If you delay lactation, you are delaying all the processes. If you delay initiation, you are delaying onset of proper growth of that baby. If you delay initiation, you are giving chances for other feeds, water, milk, cow milk, goat milk. You are giving chance for all those things to come. And mostly they come with contamination. They come with infection. They come with factors that can cause disease. Then a newborn baby is having diarrhea from where? How? Why? If the baby is only started in good time and is given continuously given the colostrum protects every infection in this world you can think of. So there will be no diarrhea, there will be no vomiting, child fever from all these things are coming from what is given to the baby. So we want families to understand this very, very well. We want the mothers critically to remember immediately after delivery, give me my baby. Before you deliver, tell your relations, tell the nurses, remind them that during antenatal, when we went for antenatal care, they told us that immediately we deliver, the baby should be given to us to put on our chest, and that we should put the baby to start sucking immediately after delivery. If that is done, fine. If it's not done, it's the role of the mother or the father, that's the husband around, or the relations around, to remind whoever is responsible for receiving that delivery to remember to ensure early start, because that is the determinant of success in life.
That's even what I wanted to ask you, that who needs to know about this early initiation?
Thank you, but it's a message to humanity, to everybody. This message is to everybody.
But why are we emphasizing that it's...
Yeah, okay, emphasis goes to the parents. The parents, those who are, if you are married, if you are just married, you will need this information. If your wife is pregnant, you need this information. If your wife has delivered, she may deliver again. We need this information. You are like me, I'm a grandfather. I have left the child producing business or industry many years back, over 15 years ago. My youngest child is 15 years, but I have grandchildren. So I need this information. I'll tell my daughter and my granddaughter that immediately you deliver, make sure that this is done. If I'm at home, they say Amina has delivered, I go there straight, put the baby to breast milk. So the father needs the information, and critically the mother needs this information, health workers need this information, journalists need this information, society needs this information, the pastor, the imam, they need this information, because they are the determinant of future generation. Start Strong is not thinking of now, it's thinking of generations and generations. Yes, if you start well, you ensure that everything moves well. Is it the quality of the child that you want? If you want to have a high quality baby, then follow the Start Strong messages right from conception. Your wife is pregnant. What do I give her? Take care of her. That's the time she needs your close relationship, the love and care. Ensure that she goes for antenatal, get her all the basic things she requires, move around with her, let her eat adequately, let her rest during delivery, follow her, if possible, stay with her when she's delivered. All these things are determinants. They are sending message to the baby. These messages are not, we are sending message to the baby through the mother. So the mother is just the channel of sending messages. So the message, thank you very much, is for everybody. But critically, those who are in the child producing ministry or agency or age should take care, so that immediately we begin to change the traditions and the customs that are working against these ideal feeding practices. Are the major causes of the situation we are in today. Nigeria is now either third or second among the countries that have the highest number of deaths and illnesses among children, particularly in the first 2 years of life. So the global community is asking why. Isn't Nigeria that has the most educated people? Isn't Nigeria that has petrol? Isn't Nigeria that is in democracy for 20 years? Why are we still leading among the countries with the highest deaths of children and women associated with delivery and other things? So what we are now saying is that let's have a change for good. So the Start Strong is saying, yes, we can do it. Let's start it now. So the message should be taken by everybody. If you are pregnant, ensure that you institute these ideas of Start Strong. If your husband, support Start Strong. If you are a grandfather like me, support and ensure follow up. If you are a teacher, promote it. If you are a journalist, improve. So this is magic strategy for everybody, for me and you, because the ultimate aim is to have generation of healthy, productive and useful children, so that our nation will be the best in the world. So the dream of Start First is the whole nation. If your family have sound children, I have sound children, he has sound children, Madam has fine and healthy children that had a good start in life, what's the problem? Where would there be armed robbers? From where? Not from here. Where would there be kidnappers? They will not be from here. They are not produced. So the child manufacturing company in Nigeria will not produce fake babies. You understand? It will only produce genuine, useful, humble and productive babies that are needed for a new Nigeria. And that is for me and you. That's our business, all of us.
Actually, sir, this information is an eye-opener. So if our listeners have questions or need to know more about who did they contact and why do they go?
Yes, Start Strong is a global concept being promoted in Nigeria by Alive and Thrive, Save the Children, UNICEF, and some other international organizations. It was practiced in some countries and it yielded excellent results. It's just a reminder. Instead of doing it that way, can you do it this way? So it does not require any special money, any grant. Women require money to do Start Strong. No, it's the same thing that we are doing now. Instead of 3 days starting breastfeeding, now start it within 30 minutes or 1 hour. Instead of throwing colostrum, now use it. It is very important. So it does not require any allowances. Instead of giving water and milk and other things, other traditional herbs and also grape water and all dangerous things, now we are saying you are comfortable. Your breast milk contains everything. Even the herbal medicine, even the grape, everything is in the breast. God has put it. Oh, it is yes, it's there. So you don't there's no need for any expenditure. There's no need for budget line to say that you must be given allowances as a father to ensure that But we are saying that let's begin to do things correctly and get the best result. So
You
for that to be done,
helplines for assistance.
yes, I'm sure listeners will have may have questions or comments or even more ideas about the success. So those of them have practiced it and see it. So maybe as we have three phone lines, we have three telephone lines. Excuse me. Or this, maybe let me start with my own, because I also want to learn from many people. My own is 0803 4520 453. Let me repeat it. 0803 4520 453. Then for a great organization, we have our very senior people, my senior colleagues, and the organization who are prepared to respond to our comments and questions. The first is 0810 7734 311. Let me repeat that. 0810 7734 311. Then the second number is 0905 1169 105 105. That's 105. Let me repeat it again. 0905 1169 105. So feel free, your comments, your observations, your questions, challenges. How do I do it? What happens if I have started? What are the challenges? All those things. We have experts there to respond to your comments. We are not the owners of every knowledge. We also want to learn. We want to succeed together, work together, and celebrate together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Malam Muhammad Sani Hassan Zaria, a consultant nutritionist, former head of Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, ABU Teaching Hospital Zaria, Vice President Nutrition Society of Nigeria. This has been very helpful, and we believe our listeners have learned a lot about early initiation of breastfeeding and how it helps baby to start strong. We look forward to having you again in our studio soon.
Thank you very much. We also await your invitations.
Thank you very much, sir.
Great,
Thank you very much.
God bless you all.